So we have saints that the church has given us, holy men and women that are examples of how we could live out a Christian life through the sacraments, through grace, and through the universal call of holiness. But we're not talking about saints today. We are actually, instead of looking at the saints for how we could have a better marriage, we are going to look to popular TV and characters, specifically characters that we love because we love the show, Parks and Rec, and we thought that it'd be cool to unpack how we think that Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt's romance can help Catholic couples grow in love themselves. What do you think of that?
That was an interesting lead up. That was perfect.
You're welcome.
So we've always found Parks and Rec to be charming and funny. And the more that we rewatch, I think in particular when we rewatch The Office and compare that to rewatching Parks and Rec, we find Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt more and more and more endearing.
Yes.
And another favorite couple from The Office, less and less. We're not even going to name them.
Oh, no. Not them.
And we particularly like Ben Wyatt and Leslie Knope because we use one of the lines that we'll share in this slideshow often as like a little reminder or a little flirting line or whatever.
I didn't plan on going in this direction, but here we are. One of the reasons why I think this could be helpful to use this kind of couple as an example is because I think a lot of times our saints, again, we love the saints. Our children are all named after saints, first name and middle name. And we have pictures of saints everywhere. We love the saints. Yeah. But I think for people who, like us, struggle in the day-to-day, it can be very hard to take the examples of the saints and think of how we could live up to those examples if we are very, very human, as we are here on To Become Family. We are very human, and we make a lot of very human errors and have a lot of human concupiscence that constantly seems to rear its head, and I just want things to be done a certain way, and I'm just struggling with these people that all look like me. So there's a lot, my children, and there's just a lot of no, she looks nothing like me. But so there's just a lot of things that we struggle with that I think we hope that Ben and Leslie are like a stepping stone towards being able to look at the saints. But first, just being able to unpack, like, hey, what does human marriage look like? And Monica likes to say, what does it look like on a Wednesday? Yeah, that's your day of example.
Wednesday, I don't know. Yeah, hump day. I don't know. But I I like this, just having, not that they're like a goal, but just like they seem like they're televised. It's all fake, but it just seems like a couple that you're a relatable couple, and we're gonna try to pull some of the good stuff that we think that they do that maybe you guys can think about incorporating into your relationships to help make them sweet.
So, number one,
celebrate each other's quirks.
This is one thing that we loved that they did. Every time that they, now you're going to learn a lot about how Renzo watches TV, but every time like they would do things, I also like Andy and April, but that's not for now. But anytime that Ben and Leslie like did things that like one, especially Ben, because like I feel like I related a lot with him with like a lot of his nerdy quirks. You don't actually, maybe you are embarrassed by them, but at least like you don't make me be less nerdy. I think people would be surprised at how nerdy I am with different things. Like I'm currently into a really
new fantasy series.
A new fantasy dystopian sci-fi series that I'm loving, and like you're totally okay
book
with
form.
Yeah, not like cosplay or LARPing, but
I don't even know what those are.
Live action role play. I LARP as a jujitsu person, but like all of the quirks that I have, I feel like you're very great at celebrating. So one of the examples from the show is Leslie has an obsession with making binders and JJ's waffles, and I like it when the episode with Ben and Anne are out trying to outbid for the waffle maker.
The waffle maker.
Because like because they know like, oh, she loves those things, and like that's like a weird quirk she has, that she just loves JJ's waffles.
And both of them are because Leslie likes to celebrate things, so she has these different holidays for Anne, her best friend, or for Ben, her boyfriend, fiance, husband in the show. And so there's like an Anne day coming up and a Ben day coming up, and they were both trying to bid for the same thing to give her on their special day. And then anyways, it cut like they both love her, but Ben loves her and her quirkiness. But the funny thing is then now Leslie created Best Friend Day because her best friends became best friends.
Yep, yes.
So it just added to another day. But I think it's really important to love your spouse, love their quirks, like love them as they are in their uniqueness and their specialness, and to let them know that. But I also, what we see in the show, which you might not get to see in real life, is like Leslie doing her quirky thing or Ben doing a quirky thing, and then seeing the expression of the other person, like watching them of like behind the scenes and enjoying them. And that's not something that you'll get to see in your real life all the time because you're doing the quirky thing. You're not watching the people watching you do the quirky thing. Mm-hmm. So I think it's important to like speak that or encourage that or acknowledge it or like set aside time or space to allow for these quirks so that your spouse knows that they appreciate them and they like them.
And I think that's a really cool insight you just brought up, that like you don't always get to see me enjoying you with your quirks. Mm-hmm. I think in our particular relationship called marriage, you get to see when I get frustrated with quirks, right? Yes. Like I articulate when I'm frustrated with quirks. But
my extroversion and talking, and he's like, "Can you not?" We're trying to go.
But I think there's been times when you've been like self-conscious about it and you've been like, sure. I feel like you don't like the way I am. Yeah. And I wish we need to have a camera following us. So like you can see when I enjoy the quirk, I feel like there's more times that I enjoy the way you are than there are times that I'm annoyed by it. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe I need to go tell you like, I enjoy the way you are more often. I don't even think that would matter. I think you wouldn't even like hold that as much as you would of like the one time that I'm upset.
I think you should try it.
No, you're not a word of affirmation person. You'd want a gift. Here's a gift. This is
it's not that hard. Just buy me a waffle maker.
I enjoyed your quirk day. This is the first day that I enjoyed your quirk. That's what you want. It's not going to happen.
Here's a treat every time you're extroverted.
I like your extrovertedness.
I think what's tricky about our relationship too, though, is like the quirks that you have. I can give you things for them. Like I can buy you a new book or a T-shirt or an action figure. But like
I've tried those things with you, and you're like, why'd you get me an action figure? Talk more.
Outing. Here's people. I give you time with people. Quirk.
Those are also things that like pain me. Somebody at work says that
we're covering this one well.
The extroverts go around looking for introverts to terrorize.
See, this is why I feel like it hurts you more than you like it.
No, I like it.
So here's our background camera. We do have a friend that will tell me sometimes when she's like, "You just saved Renzo with your extroversion because you were here and he was here and it was successful because you were here."
Oh yeah,
and she'll let me know.
I don't know who this is, but that's a prophet. Number 2. So this is another example from the show, not from Monica and Renzo. I'm sure they'll get that later. Support each other's ambitions. There's an episode in Parks and Rec where Ben, who is part of the government, ends up giving up his role so that Leslie can run for city council. And because it's unethical for
them to be schmoozing together.
Yep. So and then later on, I know Ben has chances to grow his career, especially later in later seasons. Spoiler alert. I don't know if you haven't watched it, but there's times where Ben is now going to be campaigning for things. No. When he's like, I forgot what role he gets, but like he starts campaigning, not managing, but like campaigning for something.
No, he's a campaign manager for other governors and stuff.
No, are you sure he doesn't end up getting like a role? Mm-hmm. Okay, whatever. But like she steps back and lets him do it, and I think that's really cool to. I just like the way that the overall storytelling in the entirety of the series of like them both giving and taking for each other, for the other's ambitions, not necessarily for like their careers, but also like just the things they like to do. And I think that's something we've always tried to do, is like be each other's biggest cheerleaders, and not just for things we're doing that are like, oh yeah, it's just something that we're doing for work, for example, because like we may not always be passionate about it, but like we try to be each other's cheerleaders for like things that we are ambitious about, like aside from work, just like side projects or things that like, oh, you really like this,
passions or enthusiasms. Yes. Yeah. And I think it's really important to be each other's biggest fan, like to be encouraging and supportive, because there is great power in like championing for your spouse and them knowing that you have their back, that you're here for them, that you're excited for them, that you believe in them. It's pretty amazing the power that has, that like the person that matters most to you is on your side and like believes in you and thinks that you can accomplish the things that you want. And even if it's not necessarily like a benchmark accomplishment, but just like, yeah, go for it. You love this, like go for it. Go build the shed outside, or go like run the marathon, or like whatever it might be. And it's not because of like the gold medal at the end, but just the like, I believe that you can do this, and I'm gonna support you I think it's really important to like support in the process towards the mission as well, like the training or the prep work, like all the steps.
I like how the show showed that there wasn't any jealousy between them or envy between them of like, oh, you get to do this and I don't. When there's times where like Leslie's running for office for things and Ben went to I thought he was running, and then they wanted her to go bake a pie. Yeah. And then he ended up making calzones. Do you remember that? So he was running for something. I think you're wrong.
Okay, I might be wrong.
Let us know in the. But but like, and I like that there wasn't like a jealousy of like, oh, he's running, but I wanted to be this, and now he's getting to do that. Like I think in a healthy marriage, like there should be supporting each other's ambitions without seeing that we're in competition, or like either I get what I want or you get what I want. Either I get what I want or you get what you want. And that it's not like maybe you can't have what you want now, but like eventually there's gonna be times where like we reorder, we redo things, but always being supportive of each other and not thinking that we're in competition.
I think that can be a really big challenge when there's a working parent and a stay-at-home parent, because there can be a temptation, I think, in both sides, but I have certainly felt times where I'm jealous that you get to go out and do things.
Talk to people.
That you get to leave the house and interact with adults. No, but like that you get to like go and do things and create and produce and be with other people. Yes. And go to the lunchroom.
I could create and produce home.
See, and I think there are times where you are a little jealous that I don't have to go do those things. I was saying it can go both ways, but I think it's important to identify that too, and to recognize that it is not about the person that you're jealous of, and like don't direct those feelings towards your spouse of like, it's not fair that you get to and I don't, but like, okay, that is natural if you're in a season of life or in your position that like you may want to do other things, but you can't. And it's just to like acknowledge that. And again, like not direct it towards the person, but more of like the experience. And then even be creative in like, okay, so what are things that you would like to do? What's doable? And bring that up to your spouse and have them support you in like, okay, what is doable? How can I help you get to some of that? So like you're very, very encouraging of like me getting time to socialize and do things with other people because you know that's important to me. This isn't really like an ambition of mine, but like to like
I need to talk to 3 people today.
But I think
all you're gonna get from this episode with Monica is extroverted.
Because Leslie Knope is extroverted. I identify a lot with Leslie Knope.
She's super extroverted. So, she is Monica on crack.
I haven't seen that before. So anyways, that's what you have
ambitions and I support them. And like, even just talking today about what careers could look like post children at home, and like just there's things that I know you're good at that I'm not forgetting that you could do, that I think sometimes you forget, like you have those skills.
You kind of brought up like an empty nester career I could have, and it was one I hadn't thought of, but it'd be neat because you support me.
I do. Keep the playfulness alive. Number 3. This is something that they do really well. And this kind of goes with the other one of like not being embarrassed, like enjoying their quirks, but also like they playfully tease each other throughout the show. I guess it's best we can compare them to Pam and Jim in The Office, which I think like Pam and Jim were great where in the beginning where like they weren't really dating and like, there was a lot of like goofing off and things. But I feel like that kind of, as the series went on, it wasn't there anymore. Whereas like this couple, Leslie and Ben,
they kept playfulness alive.
Like and it could be also because like they're writing Leslie's intricate just like the way she does things, and she's like puts a lot of effort into like their date nights and things like that. There's that episode where Ben puts a ton of effort into I forgot what anniversary it is, but then he has to go on it with Jerry. instead. But like that's funny. But like they put a lot of effort into the relationship, and it comes off like they just like being together. You could tell that they write them. Their characters written really well to enjoy being together. Ben creates cones of Dunshire, and Leslie just embraces like all of his weird quirks, like I said, but then also like can tease him about it and call him with things like a sexy nerd, and she and like there's just things like that come out that like you could tell the couple likes each other, and enjoys,
but like
goofing on each other.
They enjoy play, so they are still having fun. So because I know the liking is coming in a little bit, but like
flirting,
flirting and playful and fun, and they like keep the fun in their relationship, and they are even very articulate when like things seem dry and not fun, and they're kind of like, hey, we haven't done an us thing in a while, and so they're very intentional. So that I think is one of the things that I would take away from this this TV couple is to like be intentional about flirting and be intentional about doing things that you enjoy together and playing together. So for them, it's like nerdy stuff, but for us, it's like doing athletic things or me listening to you talk about your new fantasy series.
No, that's not flirting.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think that's flirting.
I meant it as a
no,
flirt.
no, that is not even flirting. That's not even close. No, you know what flirting is?
I will stop asking about it.
No,
it's not working.
No, I thought you liked me. No, flirting is when you let you drink coffee. No, flirting is when
saying play.
No, okay. Well, the playfulness, but like I don't want to say play. It's not play as like let's go date night type things. Like let's go do a thing together that we both enjoy as play. Like playfulness in that, like the sorry. So back to like Ben and making the date thing he did with Jerry. Like a lot of them were things that they would enjoy doing together, but like they were very specific to the person, and they were like over the top, silly, crazy. And I don't, not as like taking her to go do something she enjoys doing.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So I would say playfulness is like the way that we make jokes with each other and make fun of each other and like still do the things that you would do when you're dating to try to get the other person to like you.
Other a bit.
Yes. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when you're in second grade and you hit the kid that you have a crush on.
No, more like for half of this episode, you had your hand on my butt.
I did. Like and that. Then it was starting to hurt.
Like that kind of thing. But that's what I mean. Like that, playing like that. Yes. Yes. That's exactly. It's
like how long can
How
long can I leave it?
I was
2.5 slides.
Your hand became part of me. Do I? Sorry. This is what I mean. Point made. Number 4, communicate with honesty and respect.
Honestly, you move a lot when you talk. All right. So when Leslie hides her Chicago job offer, she admits it later, and then they talk it through without any manipulation.
And this is our Chicago offer. This is towards the later episodes. Yes.
And then another time when Ben confronts Leslie over her overcommitment, he does it honestly, but also kindly. Yeah.
So like, and what's nice is that as much as they portray the couple as a playful couple and like all these things within the TV show, like they did have them have tension, and the tension was never like, it never got over the top again, like in The Office where like, oh my goodness, are they going to make it or not? But it got very like, oh, they're having an issue and the other person brings it up and they talk through it without like weird behind the scenes of like going to other people or this and that. Like granted she talks to Anne, but like it's not the same thing. Like portrayed very, very mildly in the show. But I think that should be what normal couples look like. Like you have an issue, so you then talk about it and work through it.
Yeah. And it's like constructive. It's like to try to fix things. It's not to pick a fight or to tear the other person down, but to be like, something's going on and it needs to be addressed. I love you, and that's why I want to talk about it and handle it.
Right. And like for the example that comes to mind, I know it says here, like Leslie has the tendency to overwork and stretch herself too thin. And there's one episode where like that's the entire thing. Ben is just trying to like tell her she needs to slow down. She can't do everything, and she's trying to do everything. And like it's done nicely because again he does it better than I, of like pointing out the thing that she's doing is too much, but also like, this is what I like about you. I love that you're this way, but like you're gonna drive yourself to the ground, so like you can't do this. And it's just done better. And obviously you have writers and everything, it's not a real couple, but like it's done in a way that I think we should strive to communicate disagreements with one another.
Yeah. And I think the third slide about playfulness is really important for this part too. Not to like make a joke out of confrontation either, but to remember that and to bring a little bit of the lightness into when you present your frustrations or to present your things that you think need to be addressed. So to like still make it about who the two of you are, and like don't remove yourselves from it too, because like you guys are important to one another and you enjoy one another. So like still be that couple in the face of conflict.
And number 5, this is our favorite part about them. It's something that we now say to ourselves. We say it to each other. I'll say it to myself. We say to each other. We say that. Look in the mirror. We say to each other that I love. We say I love you and I like you. We thought that was one of the best lines out of the show, because it is something I think every couple should strive to be able to say and do. Because at one point we did love and like our beloved, and I do think like past dating, past engagement into years of marriage, like it gets really hard to continue to like the person. Because you see all of the, don't frown, you know, I know who I am. You just see all the things that you're like, that are frustrating. And it's hard to balance the idea of like, I'm so frustrated with this person and all of these things they do, but I also like them. But why can't they do this thing that I want them to do? I have to clean my side of the bed. I know so much closer, but like, there's just, and it's hard to do that. So I think having them like the way they always told each other they loved each other, was saying I love you and I like you, which is a nice reminder of like that's one of the goals.
Yeah. So, and this is because too their relationship began as a genuine friendship. They really liked each other before they fell in love, and then they started falling in love, and they maintained both the friendship and the romance. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we talk to couples about when they come and like share that there's a conflict or there's something going on and maybe you aren't even sure how to pinpoint like where you are or why you're feeling the way you're feeling, one of our pieces of advice is to remember why you like each other. And even if it's like maybe there's no activity associated with it, but even just like calling that to mind and noticing that more about your spouse throughout the day, like, oh, this is the thing I like about them. That will bring about more romance. And so we say that to one another when we notice one of those things happening. It's like, I love you and I like you. Or when we do something together that was really gratifying or enjoyable, I love you and I like you.
Or as a reminder, after you think I'm frustrated with your extroversion, I love you and I like you. I like that you talk. Or else we would just sit in silence all the time.
We wouldn't sit in silence. You would lecture. I give you more opportunity to talk.
Do you like my lectures? Do you love and like me when I lecture?
I love and like you nerd. I do. You're so nerdy.
But that's it. So those are the 5 things that we think you can gain from a completely fabricated, unreal TV couple. And I think a lot of those things you can quickly implement into your marriage, and then hopefully then you can move on and upgrade to holier examples. But if we miss anything, let us know. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you at the next episode.